Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds. At Mint Mobile, we like to do the opposite of what Big Wireless does. They charge you a lot, we charge you a little. So naturally, when they announced they'd be raising their prices due to inflation, we decided to deflate our prices due to not hating you. That's right. We're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 up front for 3 months plus taxes and fees. Promo rate for new customers for limited time. Unlimited more than 40 gigabytes per month. Slows full terms at mintmobile.com.
On today's Smart 7, Starmer denounces riots across the UK, F-16 fighter jets arrive in Ukraine, and lots more. It's Monday, 5th of August, it's Traffic Light Day, and happy birthday, Louis Walsh.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
That's the sound of anti-immigrant protesters throwing bricks at riot police in Sunderland on Friday as far-right violence continued to spread across the UK over the weekend. At least 12 people, including a 16-year-old boy, were arrested after Friday's chaos, which left 4 police officers hospitalised and saw buildings and vehicles set on fire. The unrest continued on Saturday in Belfast, Bristol, Manchester, Leeds, Liverpool, Nottingham, Hull and Stoke-on-Trent, with more than 100 arrests made so far. But the rioters have been met and often outnumbered by counter-protesters. Among them was RMT union boss Mick Lynch, who spoke at an anti-racism rally in Belfast on Saturday.
We fought them in the 30s, we fought them in the 70s in Britain. We will not allow the right wing to dominate our working class communities, and we will come together every week in every town.
And on Sunday, British PM Keir Starmer spoke out to condemn the growing violence. The Labour leader, who headed up the Crown Prosecution Service during the 2011 London riots, warned rioters about the consequences of their actions.
Those that have participated in this violence will face the full force of the law. I guarantee you will regret taking part in this disorder, whether directly or those whipping up this action online.
This weekend's violence was triggered by last Monday's horrific incident in Southport, which left 3 children dead and fueled the online rumour mill, with many accounts incorrectly identifying the suspect as a Muslim immigrant. It's led to attacks on mosques and asylum seeker accommodation, with protesters in Rotherham attempting to set fire to a Holiday Inn used to house migrants on Sunday. Conservative MP and Tory leader hopeful Mel Stride blames social media for stoking the violence.
There is no doubt that misinformation on social media has played a significant role in what has unfolded here. And I think it's also very important the way that public figures now comment on what is an inflammatory situation, which we want to calm down rather than stoke up.
The government's independent advisor on political violence, Lord Walney, says rampant disinformation from the far right has fuelled hatred.
There's a very concerted campaign of misinformation, very deliberately spread by far-right actors. They have seized an opportunity to act. You can propagate false information very quickly, and you can create loose groupings so that the police have to work incredibly hard to keep up.
There was some positive news for Ukraine this weekend as President Zelensky confirmed that F-16 fighter jets are now operational for the first time since the Russian invasion began in 2022. The Ukrainian leader has been urging allies to supply the jets since the start of the war, but hesitations and training delays have stretched out the process. The F-16S are expected to bolster Ukraine's weakened air defences, helping to deter Russian aircraft and intercept missiles. In a video released on Sunday, Zelensky confirmed that the Ukrainian Air Force has already begun deploying the jets and said it had been a long time coming.
We have held hundreds of meetings and negotiations to strengthen the capabilities of our aviation, air defence and defence forces. We often heard the word impossible in response, but we made it a reality in our skies. F-16s are in Ukraine.
Former President Donald Trump hit the headlines this weekend following a rally in Atlanta on Saturday, where he baselessly accused Georgia's Republican Governor Brian Kemp of conspiring against him in the upcoming presidential election. His 90-minute speech also included several false claims that he'd won Georgia in 2020, despite losing to Joe Biden by 12,000 votes. The ex-president was indicted by a grand jury last year for attempting to overturn the state's election results. It comes just days after he caused a scene at the National Association of Black Journalists conference by making false statements about the racial identity of Kamala Harris. With the latest national polls showing Kamala Harris holds a narrow lead over Trump, former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie says the outbursts show Trump is feeling the pressure.
When Donald Trump's ahead and he feels like he's comfortably ahead, he is willing to go with conventional, smart political advice. As soon as he thinks it's getting close, he goes back to the greatest hits.
Still to come on the Smart 7, Novak Djokovic wins Olympic gold and 50 Cent explains his origins. Right after this.
Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds. At Mint Mobile, we like to do the opposite of what Big Wireless does. They charge you a lot, we charge you a little. So naturally, when they announced they'd be raising their prices due to inflation, we decided to deflate our prices due to not hating you. That's right. We're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 up front for 3 months plus taxes and fees. Promo rate for new customers for limited time. Unlimited more than 40 gigabytes per month. Slows full terms at mintmobile.com.
Welcome back. Team GB kept winning this weekend and are now up to 37 medals and 5th in the medal table. But Sunday saw all eyes on Roland Garros as Novak Djokovic, the man with 24 Grand Slam wins, finally achieve a goal that has always eluded him. Now the 37-year-old Serb could finally say he's won it all as he picked up his first Olympic gold after beating Carlos Alcaraz 7-6, 3-7, 6-2 to become the Olympic champion in the men's singles. It marks just the second medal for Serbia at the Olympic Games, following another gold in the shooting last week. Speaking after the match, Djokovic says it was a tough battle.
Incredible battle, incredible fight. I mean, I honestly, when the last shot went through him, past him, that was the only moment I actually thought I can win the match.
Rapper 50 Cent didn't quite live up to his moniker last month when he showed up to a Hollywood Reporter interview with $3.5 million in cash, claiming he was inspired by Muhammad Ali's iconic Sports Illustrated cover. Speaking with the magazine, he opened up about his infamous social media status and his ventures outside music. Like the Netflix documentary he's producing about P. Diddy, his new film studio in Louisiana, and his latest novel about a Texas Ranger. Oh, and he also explained where his name came from.
It's in the music. It's in the process of, because you start to put your best foot forward first. Like when we meet people, they don't see your imperfections. They see what you're presenting, the best part of you. And through the music, I was doing that. Instinctively, we do it, all of us.
If you were a fan of 2022's horror smash hit Megan, then you'll probably love SK Dale's newest thriller, Subservience. It stars Megan Fox as an AI fembot called Alice, hired by a struggling father to help out around the house. But Alice soon develops a personality of her own and starts to take control. It'll be out in cinemas next month and the trailer's just dropped, so get ready to get scared.
Alice, I have a wife.
With your medication, it would be quite easy to lose consciousness and slip under the water. Imagine how upset Nick would be if you die.
What's wrong?
She won't live long, Nick, but I figured out a solution. You do so much for everyone. Let me do this for you.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes and we'll give you the world.
Even on a budget, quality is non-negotiable. That's why Quince is the place to score high-end essentials at 50 to 80% less than similar brands. Get your hands on buttery soft cashmere sweaters from just $60, Italian leather jackets, and so much more. And the best part about Quince, they exclusively partner with factories committed to safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing. Elevate your style without the elevated price tag with Quince. Go to quince.com/upgrade for free shipping and 365-day returns.